Hi, welcome to Chris Cook For You Too. Today we're going to be trying a dinner menu which is rutabagas, and I don't know how many know about rutabagas and fried chicken. So we're going to get started, and when we get to the rutabaga part, if you're not familiar with it, I'll show you actually what that looks like. We're going to do our fried chicken, and what we're going to do is just mix up the seasonings for it. We're going to put the seasonings on the chicken, and then we'll set that aside while we get into the rutabagas, because we'll allow the seasonings just to be in the chicken for a little while. Here I have 3/4 cups of milk. Now, there's a lot of versions to fried chicken, and you really don't have to use milk. Some people use milk and eggs. Some people just fry it like it automatically is. But to me, the milk just adds a richer flavor to the fried chicken. So what we're going to do is we're just going to coat it in that. I have my chicken that I've already washed and got prepared for this dish. So the only thing I'm doing is just coating it with the milk, putting it into a different bowl. Okay, coating it with the milk, putting it into a different bowl. Now what it also does is it helps the chicken, helps the flour to adhere to the chicken. But it's a good recipe. It brings in a different flavor for your chicken, and this is just whole milk. You can use 2% milk if you like. I mean, whatever type milk you like. Okay. We have all our pieces done. Okay. Put the milk out, because we know what chicken does. So I'm going to wash off our hands. Just because with one hand I'm going to be picking up my spices. Now, the only thing that I'm going to put on this chicken from this point is black pepper. This is regular black pepper, regular salt, some seasoned salt, and some garlic powder. Now, these same ingredients I've already added to my flour that I'm going to be cooking the chicken off in. And I just want to put a little bit more than what's going to be in the chicken in case some of it spills off. So, we're going to add our black pepper. And if you see, I'm over putting in the black pepper, putting in the regular salt. I don't need too much because I'm going to also use the seasoned salt. And any brand that you use, some is more saltier than others, so make certain that the brand that you're using does not carry a high content of salt. Now, as you can see, it may look like that it's over seasoned, and a little bit of garlic powder. Now, even though garlic powder your seasoning salt carries your garlic powder, I still like that little extra garlic powder. Mix all that up. Now, some people like to add paprika, but in your seasoned salt, in the particular brand that I'm using, there is paprika. Okay? That's all I need to do, and I need to let that marinate for about 5 minutes. And that's how long it's going to take me to actually do the rutabaga, or rutabagas. So I'm going to put these seasonings back, and that back, set this over here. And now I'm going to take you through the rutabagas. This is an old school meal, and some people will know that this meal actually goes back, way back. This is what a rutabaga looks like. It is a part of the turnip family. It has a waxy top, and it's really kind of hard to peel, but it's a very good meal. And this is like a real quick meal, even though these are just as hard as turnips. So I've already peeled them, because you peel off the skin and then you cut it up. I've already done that, and now I'm going to prepare the pan to receive the rutabagas. Let's go to the stove. Now, I already have this pan heating. I'm going to use bacon. This is actually 3 slices of bacon. And what I've done, you can hear a little lightweight sizzle. And what I've done, turn it up just a little bit. What I've done with the bacon is I've cut it into 3s. Because whatever I'm preparing, I just really like a lot of meat in it. Now, because I'm using, let me get my towel. Come on. Okay, so the bacon is going to sizzle up. And what I'm really doing is I'm going to use the grease that's in the bacon or the fat that's in the bacon to saute the next part of this meal, which is going to be the onions. Okay, so I'm going to add the onions to this. Give it like about a minute or so. Cut it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to add the onion. Okay. And I already have my grease cooking for the fried chicken as well. It's heating up now. Now to that, in this dish I'm going to put cracked black pepper, because I love cracked black pepper. And I'm going to add some salt. And we're going to allow that to fry up. As you can see, it's frying up rather nicely. Okay, it's browning just a little bit. That's okay. Okay, and that's really all the cooking that you need for that. Okay, so we're going to take some out. Okay. Because I like for my seasonings to just go all the way through my meat. Well, not only my meat, but whatever dishes that I'm making. So as you can see, I left a couple of pieces of the bacon on the bottom, and that smells really, really good. Now, I'm going to get my rutabagas. I'm going to pour this down into the pan. And rutabagas, even though they're a hard substance, they really don't take that long to cook. Now, to the rutabagas, I'm going to put the onion that I've taken out and put it right back in. Okay. I'm going to add to that because I like that little, sometimes you can cook and you'll say, this is kind of missing something. Okay, well what you're missing in dishes like this would be that Lipton onion soup mix, because that gives it that just like heartfelt flavor. I'll put that in on top. Now, because this is turnip, has a little bit of a wild taste, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now, on top of the 2 tablespoons of sugar, I don't know whether or not you've seen this in the store. This is pork cracklins. It doesn't matter which one you get. Sometimes people eat them like skins. Other times, and I bet you didn't know this was going to go down in there. Other times they may use it for crackling bread. So I'm going to sit that there for a minute. Okay. Now, I have 2 cups of water here. So what I'm going to do, just a little bit in, so some of my seasonings can start going down to the bottom, then I'm going to pour these cracklings right on top. And don't knock it until you tried it, because this is really a good meal. It's a good southern meal. Okay? Pour the rest of that water in. I'm going to turn my stove up a little bit, put the top on it, and we're going to come back to this when we get through frying the chicken. Okay, now I've already put some of my chicken in the bag. It looks like I have about 2 batches, and I've already just shook it a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to fry it. Now I have a little bit, I have medium heat. A good way to tell that your grease is ready for frying old school trick again, is put a little bit of flour in. Okay? When you put the flour in, so you get that sizzle, chicken is ready to go down. And you always want to cover your chicken with grease, because that makes for a evenly cooked piece of chicken that's crispy all around. Alright. And you don't want to crowd your pan or your pot, whatever you're cooking in. You just want to put enough in so that each piece of chicken will have its own space. So we're going to fry that up and then we'll get back. Now our chicken has already cooked and it's ready for me to take it out of the grease. Look at how golden brown it is. So this is like the first batch of chicken. So I'm going to take it out, and I have 2 towels that I've folded, paper towels that I've folded over on my pan, and that's going to drain the grease out. But look at how evenly the chicken cooked, okay? And that's what you want. And when your chicken rises to the top, you know that it's time to take your chicken out, because that means that it's done all the way through. So we're going to put this down, and I'm going to finish cooking the chicken. I think I have 1 more batch of chicken that I'm going to cook. And by that time, our rutabagas should be ready. But let's look at the rutabagas now and see how it's coming along. Okay? See that? They're turning orange, which is what they should do. And it's a turnip, so you know about just how long it's going to take for that to cook. And you see your bacon. You see that the skins are beginning to soften up. Okay, now I did add 1 more cup of water because that's needed. The first 2 cups that I put in, what I wanted it to do was to soak up all of the seasonings into the rutabagas, which it did. So then I just added a little bit more water, and this should take it through the cooking process. So we'll get back when I finished all. We're at the end of the cooking process, and I just wanted to show you, I'm going to cut the stove off now, and I'm going to plate. But before I do, I want to show you the finished product of the rutabagas. And what you want with the rutabagas is how you can tell when they're done. You want them to cut just like a firm potato. See? You don't want it mashed. You just want whatever utensil you're looking to be able to go straight through it. Okay? Our fried chicken is done, and it came out real good. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate. This is served with cornbread. And I had some cornbread already, and I showed you how to really make that old school cornbread in a different segment. So you can just refer back to that. So I'm going to place my rutabagas and my skins. Now look at the skin. See how soft it is? That's what you want. Okay, you want that softness. Okay. Now we're going to cover that. And I'm going to put some fried chicken on here. There's nothing like good crispy fried chicken. Let's get 1 more piece. This is fine. Now see how all of it came out uniform? And we're going to go to the table. Okay. Now, as you can see, and you know I don't like a dirty plate. I just really got a pet peeve there. Okay. So we have our fried chicken, we have our rutabagas and cornbread, and what I did, of course, we have a nice beverage, and what I did was I just served this with some red onion and beets. And this is a pickle beet that I'm using, and some red onion. So until next time, I really hope that you'll try this recipe, because I guarantee you when you really need something that's going to really coat the stomach, you need something that where you will feel full with, this is the recipe to go with. So until next time, remember, Chris cooked for you too.